Today, we have the best strikers in all of FC 24. Time that we got to an update. As per usual, we have Broken, Rank 1, Foot Champs, Debatable, and the Pine. Beautiful people, what's happening? I got love for you. Dirty Mike appreciates you. Get in them comments. Let's get to the good. Adley, we're going to start out on Foot Champs. So we'll go from there. Yang, we could probably do better now. Was decent SBC at the time. Barnes, I got a lot of love for him. We have a good rapport. I think Kareem, I'm going to stay strong. We're going to stay strong on Foot Champs. Burba, no sir. Balotelli is an absolute menace for me. This is crazy. I think he's still rank 1. I understand if you don't agree. I have the highlights, I have the stats, I have everything that suggests that this is authentic, that this is real. That's all that I can say. Just as a supportive measure, 224 games played, 215 goals, and 90 assists. It's unreal. And you know I'm playing weekend rivals. That's it. For that reason, Balotelli is going rank 1. I get it. Bird Camp, that's going to be a no-go. Absolutely not. Bobby, I got a lot of love for him. I've put him in Foot Champs before, depending on the video. I've had him in rank 1 previously as well. I'm going to give him rank 1. I'm feeling generous after what I just did with Balotelli for good reason. If you're new to these types of videos, don't go anywhere. There will be a final review and always some movement. Victor Boniface, if you're whipping in crosses and playing that meta, maybe even better than Foot Champs. Brawlin's good for the weekend. I like the perp iteration, the addition. Finally, we got something we could talk about. Butragueno, I'd rather have the other upgrade, but by technicality, he can't play as a striker, which is a requirement. When I make these videos, one of your main positions has to be that you can play as a striker. I feel that's a fair requirement, and it keeps everything consistent. Kendreva, I don't have that much love for him. I know the stats. I see the upgrades. He just hasn't had the juice. Not for yours truly. Cantona. Yes, sir. That man is from my heart. Dirty Mike Incorporated. I want an LLC with Cantona, the Frenchman. Casemiro, please, no, thank you. I've never seen him really used in recent times. You guys have the memo. That's the situation. Chewinga, if you want to make an argument into the debate, okay. Courtois for me, I don't believe he's good enough for the weekend. However, if you play the cross meta, 6'6", you might need him to defend the likes of Haaland. You might need him on the offensive end if you're going for that approach as a cheaper Haaland. And if that's for you, then he'll go up to Foot Champs or rank 1. I just don't play into that meta real heavy. And as it stands, I don't like the way that he moves, his dribbling, his positioning. There's a lot of other features that just don't work that well for me. Crespo, and I'd love to put him into at least the weekend, but he's still not that great. But shout out to these designs on these foot items, a little purple touch. I think it works, and it reminds me of Street Fighter. If you played Street Fighter 6, tell me that doesn't line up when the EX and you're going through everything. I'm on a bit of a Street Fighter kick at the moment. I'm trying to get back into it. Johan Cruyff up top for sure. King Kenny, I don't love him how other people love him. Maybe that's because I'm an Everton supporter. I don't always give out the reasoning, but that's how I feel. Jonathan David, probably better than the Pine. Good for a counterattack. Del Piero, I can't get out of Foot Champs, but I don't know that he deserves it. Memphis Depay, brand spanking new. Wow. It's an expensive SBC. If you've been watching the channel, you know Memphis and I do not have a good relationship. I'm still getting him to Foot Champs, but we don't have a good operational in the game. I've always felt that he's a bit overrated, and this year has been no different for yours truly. Dzeko doesn't really fit into the game plan. Di Natale still for a weekend, but he's holding on. I'm kind of hoping as this video comes out, maybe he's getting an upgrade. We've seen some of the heroes. This is being recorded just before the next push. I'm just throwing it out there. Diogo Jota, I swear that item was a different color. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll give him Foot Champs. A lot of Foot Champs is happening. Didier Drogba, Foot Champs, even though I don't get busy the way that my opponent gets busy with Didier. He dominates me every time. Dybala. Great value, just on a side note. Eto'o can go Foot Champs. He's not going above it. Eusebio is really pushing. I think he's got to be broken. If we have to make another category, so be it. But for now, I think broken is still right. He's another one of those Mbappe-esque strikers that is relentless. He's annoying. It's disgraceful. He's fearless. He gives you no mercy all game long. João Felix, we'll bring him into rank 1. Always preferred over Depay. Those are the 2 showdown items. Forlan. I'm giving him the debate. We've had a good rapport, but I don't know that he really has a big push or a big argument to get that extra notch up. Pereira. kind of nice with the dribbling, has to be said. Tempted to talk about rank 1, but for now, foot champs. Ginola, I still believe, has to be in broken. What he provides and the essence, the scare tactics, the reputation. Ginola is in the FC mob, if you will. He's one of those guys. You see him, you know the match is going to be an absolute sweat fest. Guaranteed. Gomez, that's a no-go. Griezmann, I'll go rank 1. I don't know that I'm ready to push beyond that for Griezmann. Team of the year, Haaland. And this is what I'm talking about, especially with how he's changed the game. Completely shifted the meta, shifted how everything gets played out. We'll see. We just had a brand new update, a brand new patch, but kind of needs his own category. And if anything, even the 94 maybe should be talking about being in broken if we create that category. 91, you could still go into foot champs. Mia Hamm, she's crushing souls. I don't feel right without having the 93 in the same category. We've done this before. It's just, that's how I feel. Henry this year, what an item. At least the 93 overall. Best Henry I think we've ever had in any installment. And that's a big statement because he wasn't always someone that we complained about how EA didn't get it right with the agility, the side-to-side, the balance, the height, the body type. If you throw it back, competitive play, he might have been a legend. He might not even been an icon yet. That was the last time that he was doing what he's been doing this year with the business. And I say that because the 91 at best is foot champs. They're not that close. Rasmus Højlund, I'm gonna go debatable. He's not making me nervous. Hernandez, again, I'm not overreaching here or overstepping. I don't love him. What you want me to do? I don't love him. Iago Aspas, boy, what a player in real life. And a guy that is, I don't want to say disrespected, but it just doesn't transcend or translate how it should. I'll still throw him into the debate. James, I didn't love her. That's my only disclaimer. And I have liked many versions of Lauren James, and I didn't keep her for a full weekend. I still believe most of you would have her at least weekend league, but that is my transparent feelings on this item. And her price dropped, so it might not just have been me. Jesus, okay. João Pedro, I believe, still deserves to be in the weekend. He's holding on. Am I maybe doing a stretch? Is it because of his proof of concept from previous years? Potentially. I'm giving him a lot of respect, but I feel like he's earned it. I just don't know if it's present day respect. Harry Kane, debatable. You know, if you know, I don't love him. I think you're good on the Thunderstruck here as well. Most of you, I believe, will have her in foot champs, but I'm not moving the needle. It's not must-have material. Sam Kerr, toughest shot in the game. It's incredible. I'm already telling you now, we're going to make another category. I repeat, we will be making another category. Okay? Miroslav, you can't even see it. He's in the pine. Clivert to the debate. Kolo Muani for sure for the weekend. Still got the burner. I like this Lacazette. I'm going to give him the least the weekend. I think you could make a case for him even being in rank 1. Lewandowski is better than Harry Kane, and for that reason, I'm giving him foot champs. I don't know that I always do that. More of you will be able to get on with Lewandowski. Still doesn't have the turn and burn. That is my only disclaimer, or the little asterisk. If you need someone that has that breakaway pace, it's not him. Lineker is a no-go. Lukaku's kind of like Didier Drogba for me. He terrorizes me, but I don't terrorize with him. Have you ever played the video game Rampage? Where you're climbing buildings, you're destroying everything. It's a throwback title. It's a fantastic game. You might see it in an arcade now. When Lukaku goes up against me, he is rampaging everywhere. When I have him, though, it's not full-fledged. We're calm. Mane for the weekend for sure. Marmouche, I don't think you need him. This Malin is odd because you really just want the Evo. I'm going to give this an 88, but you want the Evo, and that guy would be rank 1. Lautaro, I always have questions. Mbappe, he's got to get his own tier. It's going to happen. Just disgusting. Filth. What do we do with the second Mbappe? The 93 still broken. Is there a 91? Yeah, the 91 still broken. I don't care. For right now, they're all going broken. That's what we're doing. Messi, that gifty gift. I packed one for one of the subscribers on their account. If you got Messi in that player pick fiasco, congrats. Otherwise, I doubt you were able to get him off the market. Unreal price points like the majority of Team of the Year. I also put out a video with my best budget choices between positions, between different price points, if you'd like to watch that video. Has a little more of a biased view, but I think that it speaks to the masses. I don't believe in the upgrades. We're just going to throw her into the debate. Melito always gets into the debate. I don't know if we're being nice. Muller can go foot champs, but he's not as impressive as you might have thought. Alex Morgan, tons of love from our end, and I think she'll surprise you. I'll leave that here. Morientes, I actually would prefer him to Melito if you're looking for similar types of players. Just, again, putting that energy out there. Neymar, fierce, disgusting. I would still consider Neymar more of a cam, but this item, the Fire and the Ice, they only have striker and center forward variants, so he wouldn't even qualify as a cam with this version based on my criteria. So broken as a striker. Yes, sir. To the Bundesliga we go for the weekend for sure. Nunez, he's not getting rank 1 for me. I don't care about the unrealistic price points. This is not what it's about. Just what you're getting on the virtual pitch. I still believe in him being a maniac, and I think that he's good in game, but I'm trying to gatekeep a little bit because we got some serious players. Nkunku, foot champs. Openda, not what he once was. Osimhen to the pine. Oshawala is still good for the weekend. Shout out to Oshawala, even though I don't think I'm saying her name properly, but she has been a destroyer, a soul snatcher this entire year. You see her on the pitch, you're nervous. Papin, no. Pele to the top all day, every day. Pop, she's there. Her and Kerr are relatively similar. Prince, maybe the worst of the icons. I don't know if it gets much more suspect. I know she's brand new. I don't know if I've seen her in action once, and that's not by accident. Puskas, I think I'm going to have that initial degree of separation. No disrespect. He'll go rank 1. Rashford, we'll go rank 1. Raul, I'm leaning on rank 1. He's got a finesse that is swerving and curving. I just like Raul. I liked him a lot in real life. Some of you might have him in foot champs. I'll leave that here. Raquelme, Pine. You don't want that. Sorry, Raquelme. R9, what do we do? Any of the R9s for the most part, I think we're just straight to the top, broken. If you're wondering, I don't have the 94 on deck. You're going to pay the premium. You're going to receive a premium. There are more players that are close to R9 this year comparatively to previous year. I will say that on record. Ronaldo, yes, sir. Cristiano, for sure. 2 Ronaldos. The 91... rank 1, but I want a degree, so we're going to have our degree. Wayne Rooney, good money. Welcome to rank 1, Mr. Rooney. Can play him in a variety of positions. Salah, and some of you might consider him a winger. He does have items that are only wingers. I put this one into the mix because a lot of people primary him as a striker. He can play as a striker. I'm giving him rank 1. Been pretty unstoppable this year in particular. Alan Shearer, that's going to be a no from me. Shevchenko will get you into the weekend for sure. Sophia Smith, as it stands, she's going into broken, but there could be some players that are creating some degrees of separation, some margin. Hugo Sanchez, I like him, but I'd prefer the other version of Hugo Sanchez. I'm still going to give this man the debate. The higher rated version, I believe, can only play out wide, so we couldn't include him into the striker video. Smith, fun to use. I actually think she's kind of slept on. I'll give her rank 1 for now. We're going to have a big time review. Smaller rec, I wish that EA made him higher rated. I still believe weekend foot champs, no problem. But he used to be a killer. Sonaldo, rank 1. Talisca, oh my guy. I don't want to put him in the pine. I'm not doing it. He's going to the debate. This Carlos Tevez, does he break out of rank 1? I'm already looking at that broken category and I'm saying I don't know. The 90 for sure, at least the weekend. Maybe Tevez needs to go up and they trade. Tevez with the skill moves a little bit different. I think Torres is kind of overrated. I'm not happy about that. The man's beefed up in the offseason or after retirement. The Trezeguet, not the midfielder. You don't want him anywhere near the pitch. Van Basten, not near the pitch. Virgil van Dijk, this striker version that's technically a center back or a striker. As a striker, he's the pine. You can't use him. I'm not using him. I refuse to use him. Van Nistelrooy, that's going to be a no from yours truly. I even think Van Persie, and I believe he's got a new item coming. I think his 88 though right now is outdated. I don't think you can work with him. He's not physical enough to do some of the knockdowns. He does have a lovely long distance finesse or even a Trivella, but the game has shifted away from some of that. John Luca will go debatable. Voller will get you foot champ certifiable. Timo Werner certifiable. I think some of you are maybe giving Werner a little bit too much praise. He is Timo Werner the burner. On a through ball, he is the merchant. There's no denying that. Zola, love him. Rank 1. And one of the better price point to quality pickups. Your return of investment for what you're paying and what you're receiving. Zola will be high on that list. I'm just throwing that out there if you're trying to work within a certain criteria of budget. And last but not least, Xerxes, who's come off the bench. And I think that pronunciation could be much better. He's been picked up from the YouTube community for a good reason. And again, with the aerial pursuit, he fits into it, especially coming off the bench and costing you next to nothing. All right, let's get into a review. I don't think we're going to have a lot of movement. The pine is the pine for a reason. And I don't like what I'm looking at. It's an ugly grouping here. Maybe want to make a case for Jekko as a knockdown player. RVP will hurt some of y'all to have him in this circumstance. He's not fast enough, physical enough, skillful enough, gifted enough to really make a difference. If anything, I should probably get more harsh. Talisca's been a club legend, but I'll bring him down to be less biased. You got a few new fantasy items, but I think they're a little bit fraudulent. So I'm going to leave that there. Foot champs, Carlos Tevez should probably be higher. Nkunku could be higher. Nunez could be higher. A lot of these players, actually, even Lacazette, Timo Werner, for a lot of you're not going to like this. Timo's got that 5-star weak foot. His passing went up. I'm going to go ahead and give him a little bit of a notch. I got you guys covered. I need to create another tier. One moment, please. I don't remember what we've been naming this, but we'll just call it extra broken as our new tier. Mbappe is going to go up. Let me get some separation here, okay? Even the 93, though, has to be there. Is there any Mbappe that shouldn't be there? I'll leave the 91 here because I know Mia Hamm's going up. We want some separation again, but I think both of her versions go there. Haaland goes up. Messi goes up. Ronaldo goes up. R9 goes up. Pele goes up. Maybe Neymar as a striker doesn't. As good as these players are, because I'm looking at Kerr, I'm looking at Sophia Smith, I'm looking at Henry. I think most of you will push Cruyff up, but if I push Cruyff, for me, Eusebio goes up, which might be a crazy take. Then again, he's similar to the 91 Mbappe. So maybe this is the knock. I look at Cruyff and Eusebio, for me, as being so similar. If anything, sometimes I prefer that Eusebio. It might not make sense. Okay, we at least have another degree. We needed this degree. It's been created. Tevez is joining this grouping. For me, Zola might be there. I really like Zola. I think he's special. I don't think Puskas gets out of ranked 1. I will say that Haaland 94, just based on how the game is currently playing. That's right. I can understand you completely disagreeing with Balotelli in this section. This is a mic play. It's a mic play. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to pull up the 90 overall Tevez into rank 1, just based on what we've done here. Malin, I would prefer if it was the Evo, actually. I don't think I'm moving Nunez. I think we're good. I don't want this to be misconstrued. This is a big boy list. The Mbappes are there. The Mia Hamms are there. Haaland, Messi, Ronaldo, R9, Pele, Cruyff. If you wanted to make a case for the likes of Ginola, you could, but I'm pretty happy. It seems like an elite group. It feels elite. It's a single row. I like a single row. We're stirring it up. You're going to let me know how you feel in the comments as per usual. I actually have to get on a plane. I've got to catch a flight. I've got to get out of here. And as always, I have a lot more content coming out ASAP.